Today is 3:57 in the morning, August 22nd, and we're here in Hong Kong giving you guys a breakdown of what is chatting versus AI chatting. And I feel like most of the time I get a little bit ahead of myself and I speak on like the higher level. I talk to the agencies who already know what's going on, but I feel like in this day and age, there's a lot of people who are just getting into AI, just OnlyFans and FanView and AI creator content as a whole. So, and they have no idea about this industry. So, my job today is just kind of break down what is chatting and what is AI chatting. What is chatting? Overall, chatting is just the communication between creator and subscriber. Why is this important? Is because this is probably where 90% of all revenue in this industry comes from. You know, a lot of people think that it may be subscriptions. Um, it may be those monthly subscriptions, but the actual reality is that it's not. It has nothing to do with subscriptions. Most of the time, it has to do with the amount of content and PPVs sold in the chats to your subscribers. And so, with that said, that's a massive, massive, massive part of your guys' job. You know, you have to do marketing, you have to speak with your creators and speak with the models. You have to talk with all of your teams, whether it's the Reddit, the TikTok, the Instagram, all those sort of marketing teams. And then on top of that, you have to take care of your OnlyFans account or FanView account, whatever it may be. And then on top of that, you have to make sure that it's selling primed and in the most effective way possible. And I used to do this myself. I was an OnlyFans manager only like a year and a half ago before I started to move into Nova Chat. And for me, the number one issue that I faced was not marketing. It was not communication or leadership or anything like that. It was genuinely just talking with the human chatters and trying to make human chatters do what they needed to do. It was the recruitment process. It was the constant checkups and check-ins. It was paying them money, which was undeserved. This was the issue for me in human chatting. And so that's why we created Nova Chat. But anyways, yeah, that's what human chatting is. Human chatting is talking with from the communication from model to subscriber. AI chatting is the same thing, except that it is a completely automated process, right? So instead of having humans go on the account, 5 humans go on the account and try to remember and have perfect memory and talk with all these thousands of different subs and keep context and understand the situation for every single one. Instead of doing that, you are now putting an AI there and having a platform or a technology which can have that memory. It does store all that information in the database per subscriber, and it does have that kind of perfect contextualization to make sure that each subscriber message is personalized. And if you just think about it logically, it's almost impossible. If there's 4 humans on an account chatting with 10,000 subscribers, it's impossible for them to understand the context of every single situation. Every time subscriber number 5,037 answers them, they don't remember the context. They don't know exactly what that subscriber likes, loves, dislikes, etc. Especially if there's hundreds of people texting at the same time. They don't have time to go back and understand all the information. The beauty about AI is that it does. And a lot of people think that AI has it's weak in terms of humanization and it'll never sound like a human, XYZ. And I think this is just an old way of thinking. And I only say that to say that AI just kind of grows in capability every single day. Like literally day after day, AI gets freaking second after second, minute after minute, AI gets more and more powerful. And so it's only like this caveman mindset that thinks that AI won't eventually be able to surpass human emotional analysis, emotional understanding, emotional manipulation at the end of the day, like genuine emotional manipulation, which then leads to higher sales, higher revenue. Um, it's retarded, honestly. It's so ridiculous to think that AI won't be able to do that in the future. Am I saying that AI is that right now? I think that is the current test, and I think that's why we are so excited to launch because we believe so. Especially the fact that most of the subscribers that we talk to on a daily basis are genuinely like it's like idiotic conversations. And so, anyways, so yeah, that's what AI chatting is. AI chatting is just an automated version of human chatting. And the beauty with automation is that automation always comes with a reduced cost. And so if a human chatter costs $2 an hour, right? So we'll say $2 an hour, 24 hours a day, you need them to chat, right? You can't be missing sales. So that's $48 per day. And then you're going to multiply that by 31 days in a month, right? To see your estimated monthly cost. And that takes you to 1488 per month you are paying on human chatting, with the hope that the human chatting team that you're utilizing is actually doing something significant for your account. Because if not, that's $1,500 drained from your pocket month after month, um, because you got to pay your creator as well, you know? And so that's the tough part. And so the beauty about automation, like I said, is that it comes at a reduced cost. And so with Nova Chat, or with most AI chatting platforms in general, you're sitting somewhere around $200 to $300 right now at this moment. And that is only because AI chatting has not been mass adopted yet. When AI chatting does get mass adopted, I am sure that those prices will rise, because as things become to get premium, and technologies become to advance and become the way of the future, it then depends not on your chatter, but on how strong your technology is. And so those agencies who have money to pay for the strong technologies, which we have, they're going to be paying obviously the higher prices, and it's those higher prices which will then be the moat, of the OnlyFans industry. Because chatting won't become a moat anymore. $300, $200 for chatting is nothing. It's absolutely nothing, compared to the thousands of dollars you're bringing in. So that moat will then become who has access to the newest technologies, and typically it's the people who want to pay more. And so I'm saying that to say, you guys have access right now for $297, which is absolutely insane. That's 75% off your current monthly at minimum. That $1,488 is an absolute minimum, because that's not including commissions or anything like that. So I don't know. To me, that's the difference between AI, between human chatting and AI chatting. I just wanted to break this down for the people who didn't necessarily understand what was going on here. Maybe you just got into fan view, you cooked up some AI chick, and you wanted to make some money, but you had no idea where to start. You thinking about hiring some dude from India or freaking Africa to go and talk on your account, but you don't even know how to work Telegram, all this nonsense, right? So that's our job. Our goal here is really to kind of take the chatting needs off of your hand, right? We want to be able to take that entire chatting domain off of your hand and be able to allow you to focus strictly on marketing. You guys are going back into the SMMA world, and the chatting is cool. And so also one thing I did want to mention is that there definitely is a super dope upside to having humans and chatters, right? That human chatting, the human and AI hybrid, of chatting. I think that's kind of the best of both worlds. And what I see for the future is maybe instead of having chatters, you have a chatting manager who kind of looks over all of the accounts, right? Maybe now, since you don't have to worry about chatting, you can onboard 5 models at one time instead of one. And that one chatting manager, their job is to look over all 5 accounts, so that's something that I can definitely see in the future. We even have a lot of chatting agencies that we work with that they sell their product for $1,500 a month. They sell their chatters for $1,500 a month. And in the meantime, they're actually using Nova Chat for $300. So that margin right there that they make is absolutely insane, like absolutely insane. So a lot of you cavemen who think that you guys, oh my God, I'll never let an AI chat on my account, only a human. And they work with one of these chatting agencies. They're literally working with AI, but paying human prices like a fucking dumbass. But anyways, um, that is part of the game. Some will win, some will lose. And I just say this to say that this is the beginning of kind of the AI takeover in this industry, in general, and it will be short lasted for sure. This will be short lasted before it becomes commonplace, and it won't be an advantage anymore. So I would definitely say take the advantage while you can. Love, peace, vibes. I'm out. Boom.